Have you ever looked at a young person and thought, he's too young to lead, too young to inspire, too young to make history? The world has always believed that greatness belongs to experience, that success comes with age, that legends are created over decades. But every once in a while, someone arrives who changes that belief forever. A teenager, a dreamer, a boy who refused to wait for permission, a boy who believed that age was just a number, and courage was everything. This is not just the story of one of football's fastest players. It's the story of belief, preparation, sacrifice, and the courage to dream bigger than everyone around you. This is the story of Kylian Mbappé. Long before packed stadiums, before the World Cup, before becoming one of the biggest names in world football, there was a quiet suburb just outside Paris. A place called Bondy. Unlike the glamorous image many people associate with professional football, Bondy was filled with ordinary families chasing ordinary dreams. Parents worked long hours, children played football in the streets, communities supported one another. It was the kind of place where talent could be discovered, but only if someone was willing to work for it. And inside one football-loving family, a dream was quietly beginning. Kylian Mbappé was born on December 20, 1998. Football wasn't just something his family watched. It was part of everyday life. His father, Wilfried Mbappé, worked as a football coach. His mother, Faiza Lamari, had been a professional handball player. Discipline, competition, dedication, these weren't lessons Kylian learned later in life. They were part of his childhood. From the moment he could walk, a football was never far away. While other children imagined becoming superheroes, Kylian imagined scoring goals in front of thousands of fans. His bedroom walls told the story, covered with posters of Cristiano Ronaldo. Not because he wanted to copy someone else's life, but because he wanted proof that impossible dreams could become reality. He didn't see those posters as decoration. He saw them as motivation. Every morning they reminded him of one simple idea: if someone else could reach the top, maybe he could too. Like many young children, he spent hours playing football. But there was one important difference. Most children stopped when they became tired. Kylian often wanted one more game, one more sprint, one more shot, one more opportunity to improve. People quickly noticed something unusual: his speed. Even as a child, he seemed to move differently. Defenders struggled to catch him. Coaches admired his confidence. Teammates loved playing beside him. But what impressed adults the most wasn't simply his talent. It was his mindset. He listened carefully. He respected his coaches. He accepted criticism. And every piece of advice became another opportunity to grow. His father understood something important. Talent can open a door. Character decides whether you stay inside. That's why football in the Mbappé household wasn't only about scoring goals. It was about discipline, respect, humility, hard work. Those lessons would eventually become just as valuable as his incredible speed. As Kylian grew older, his reputation spread across France. Youth tournaments became opportunities for scouts to watch him. Every match seemed to create another headline, another conversation, another prediction. People began saying something dangerous: this boy is special. Compliments can inspire, but they can also create pressure. Many young athletes lose themselves after hearing how talented they are. Some stop working. Some believe success is guaranteed. Kylian chose a different path. The praise never changed his habits. He continued training, continued learning, continued listening, because somewhere deep inside, he understood that dreams are built through consistency, not compliments. Eventually, France's biggest clubs came calling. The football world already knew his name. But Kylian wasn't chasing fame. He was chasing development. That decision led him to one of the country's most respected football academies, Clairefontaine, a place where many of France's greatest footballers had developed their talent. Walking through those gates wasn't the end of the dream. It was the beginning of an even greater challenge. Everyone there had once been called extraordinary. Everyone had been the best player in their hometown. Suddenly, Kylian wasn't competing against ordinary players anymore. He was competing against the future stars of French football. Every training session became more demanding. Every mistake became more noticeable. Every success had to be earned. Some young players become overwhelmed in environments like this. The competition feels endless. The pressure becomes exhausting. But Kylian responded differently. Instead of fearing the challenge, he embraced it. He ran harder, worked harder, listened more carefully, improved every single day. Coaches soon realized they weren't simply developing another talented teenager. They were watching someone with extraordinary ambition. His speed attracted attention first, but his intelligence kept people's attention. He understood space, timing, movement, He wasn't simply running faster than everyone else. He was thinking faster. As the years passed, offers from major European clubs continued arriving. Some of the biggest names in football wanted the young French sensation. For many teenagers, that attention would have been overwhelming. For Kylian, it became another reminder that hard work was opening new doors. Eventually, he chose AS Monaco. Some people questioned the decision. Why not join a giant club immediately? The answer revealed something important about his character. He didn't want shortcuts. He wanted opportunities to play, to learn, to grow, to become ready. Sometimes, the fastest path isn't always the smartest one. And Kylian understood that long before the rest of the football world did. At Monaco, his life was about to change forever. The little boy who once stared at Cristiano Ronaldo's posters every morning was about to take his first real step toward becoming one of football's brightest stars. But neither he, nor the world, could have imagined just how quickly everything was about to happen. But neither he, nor the world, could have imagined just how quickly everything was about to happen. When Kylian Mbappé arrived at AS Monaco, he wasn't treated like a superstar. He was simply another young player trying to earn his place. There were no guarantees, no promises, no special treatment. Every training session became another opportunity to prove himself. Every match became another chance to show that he belonged. For many young footballers, patience is the hardest lesson. They want success immediately. They want headlines immediately. They want the spotlight immediately. Kylian understood something different. Real success is earned before it's recognized. So while the football world slept, he kept working. While people only saw 90 minutes on match day, they never saw the thousands of hours behind the scenes. The extra sprints, the finishing drills, the recovery sessions, the sacrifices. Those invisible moments slowly created visible greatness. Then came the opportunity every young footballer dreams about. His professional debut. The moment he stepped onto the pitch wearing Monaco's first team jersey, his life changed forever. He was no longer just a promising academy player. He had become a professional footballer. But reaching the professional level wasn't his destination. It was only the beginning. The following season, something extraordinary happened. Mbappé exploded onto the European stage. Goals came one after another. His confidence grew with every match. His speed terrified defenders. His calmness amazed experienced players. He didn't play like a teenager. He played with the confidence of someone who had belonged there for years. Football fans around Europe began asking the same question. Who is this kid? Every week brought another unforgettable performance. Every week brought another headline. Every week another major club joined the race to sign him. Then came the UEFA Champions League, the biggest club competition in world football. For most teenagers, playing against Europe's best teams would feel overwhelming. Not for Kylian. He attacked without fear. He ran at defenders. He created chances. He scored goals. The bigger the stage became, the calmer he looked. Monaco shocked Europe. They defeated some of the strongest teams in football. And at the center of that incredible journey stood a fearless teenager from Bondy. Suddenly, the football world wasn't talking about Mbappé's potential anymore. They were talking about his present. He wasn't the future. He had already arrived. That season transformed everything. The boy whose bedroom walls had been covered with Cristiano Ronaldo posters was now sharing the same football conversations as the players he once admired. Dreams were becoming reality. But success has a strange way of changing people's expectations. Yesterday, people hoped he would become a good player. Today, they expected him to become one of the greatest. That pressure can destroy young athletes. Many promising careers have disappeared because expectations became too heavy. But Kylian carried those expectations differently. He didn't allow success to change his hunger. He remained curious. He remained disciplined. He remained focused on improving. Then, one of the biggest clubs in France made its move. Paris Saint-Germain. The offer was enormous. The expectations were even bigger. Joining PSG wasn't simply another transfer. It meant becoming one of the faces of French football. Millions of fans expected him to lead the club into a new era. At an age when most young adults are still trying to discover themselves, Kylian was carrying responsibilities that belonged to global superstars. It wasn't easy. Every performance was analyzed. Every missed chance became criticism. Every decision became a debate. That's the hidden side of success. The higher you climb, the fewer mistakes people allow you to make. Still, Mbappé continued growing. Season after season, goal after goal. He wasn't simply becoming one of France's best players. He was becoming one of the best players in the world. But life had another surprise waiting for him. One that almost no teenager could ever imagine. representing his country at the biggest tournament on earth, the FIFA World Cup. Millions of footballers dream about it. Very few experience it, even fewer become heroes, and almost nobody changes history before turning 20 years old. Kylian Mbappé was about to do exactly that. The world was preparing to witness something unforgettable. Not just the rise of another talented footballer, but the arrival of a new global superstar. A player whose name would soon be remembered alongside the greatest talents the game had ever seen. And the tournament that would change his life forever was only beginning. And the tournament that would change his life forever was only beginning. The year was 2018. Russia was hosting the FIFA World Cup. For most footballers, simply being selected for the national team would have been enough. For Kylian Mbappé, people expected something more. France arrived with one of the most talented squads in the tournament. World-class players filled every position. Yet despite all that experience, one of the youngest players in the team was quietly preparing to introduce himself to the world. At just 19 years old, Mbappé wasn't supposed to become the star. He was supposed to learn, to gain experience, to prepare for future tournaments. But greatness doesn't always wait for the future. Sometimes, it arrives much earlier than anyone expects. From the opening matches, his confidence stood out. He didn't play with fear. He didn't play like someone worried about making mistakes. He attacked defenders with complete belief. He trusted his speed. He trusted his instincts. Most importantly, he trusted the years of preparation that nobody had seen. Because confidence isn't created overnight. It is built through thousands of quiet moments. Training when nobody is watching. Practicing when nobody is applauding. Believing when nobody else believes. That preparation was finally paying off. Then came one of the biggest matches of the tournament. France against Argentina. On one side, Lionel Messi, one of the greatest footballers in history. On the other, a 19-year-old still writing the first chapter of his career. Many expected Messi to steal the headlines. Instead, the football world witnessed the arrival of Mbappé. His speed shocked everyone. Argentina's defenders struggled to keep up. Every time he touched the ball, something exciting seemed about to happen. He scored. He created chances. He inspired. By the end of the match, millions of people who barely knew his name were searching for it. The world had discovered a new superstar. But Mbappé remained calm. He celebrated, then immediately focused on the next challenge. That mentality impressed coaches even more than his football. He never allowed one great performance to make him comfortable. Every victory simply became preparation for the next one. France continued advancing. Quarterfinals, semifinals, then finally, the World Cup final. Croatia stood between France and football immortality. 90 minutes, one match, one opportunity to achieve something most players never experience. The pressure was enormous. The entire world was watching. Millions of children dreamed of standing where Mbappé stood that day. Yet he looked surprisingly calm. When the opportunity arrived, he took it. He scored in the final. At just 19 years old, history had been made. France became world champions. Kylian Mbappé became one of the youngest players ever to score in a World Cup final. The little boy who once stared at Cristiano Ronaldo's posters was now lifting the biggest trophy in football. For many people, that would have been enough. A career complete before turning 20. Money, fame, worldwide recognition, everything most athletes spend a lifetime chasing. But Kylian thought differently. Winning the World Cup wasn't the finish line. It was only the beginning. Because achieving greatness once is difficult, remaining great is even harder. As the celebrations ended, reality returned. Now everyone expected him to become the face of world football. The next superstar, the next global icon. Every season brought new comparisons. Some compared him to Cristiano Ronaldo. Others compared him to Lionel Messi. People debated where he ranked among the world's best. Those comparisons never stopped. But comparisons can become dangerous. They make people forget one important truth. Every legend has their own path. Cristiano Ronaldo's story was unique. Lionel Messi's story was unique. And Kylian Mbappé's story would also be unique. He wasn't trying to become another Ronaldo. He wasn't trying to become another Messi. He wanted to become the first Mbappé. That mindset became increasingly important as his fame continued growing. At Paris Saint-Germain, he kept scoring, breaking records, winning trophies, leading his team. Yet despite all those achievements, people always wanted more. The Champions League, the Ballon d'Or, another World Cup. The expectations never ended. That's one of the strange realities of success. The more you achieve, the more people expect. There is never a moment when everyone says, "You've done enough." Instead, they ask, "What's next?" Living with that pressure requires extraordinary mental strength, especially for someone still so young. But Mbappé continued moving forward, not because the pressure disappeared, because he learned to carry it. Every great athlete eventually discovers the same lesson. Pressure isn't your enemy, it is proof that people believe you're capable of something extraordinary. And Kylian embraced that responsibility. Still, life was preparing another lesson, one far more painful than victory. A lesson that would test his character more than lifting any trophy ever could. Because sometimes, the moments that define greatness are not the ones you win, they're the ones you lose. And the next World Cup would prove exactly that. Because sometimes, the moments that define greatness are not the ones you win, they're the ones you lose. 4 years after becoming a World Cup champion, Kylian Mbappé returned to football's biggest stage, the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Only this time, the pressure was completely different. In 2018, he was the young talent. In 2022, he was expected to lead. France fought through every challenge and reached the final once again. Their opponent, Argentina, led by Lionel Messi. It wasn't just another football match. It was a battle between two generations. 90 minutes to decide history. When the match began, Argentina dominated. France struggled. Time was running out. Many believed the game was over. But champions never stop believing. Mbappé refused to give up. Within minutes, he scored. Then he scored again. The impossible suddenly became possible. The final went into extra time. Argentina scored once more. Again, Mbappé answered. A hat-trick, in a World Cup final. One of the greatest individual performances football has ever witnessed. Yet football can be cruel. The match went to penalties. France lost. Argentina became world champions. As the celebrations began, Mbappé stood in silence. He had given everything. Sometimes, even your best isn't enough. That night taught the world an important lesson. Success isn't only about lifting trophies. Sometimes success is standing back up after heartbreak. At just 23 years old, Mbappé had already experienced both extremes of football, the joy of becoming a world champion, and the pain of watching another team celebrate. Most careers never experience either. His had experienced both, and perhaps that's what makes his journey inspiring. Not because he always wins, but because he never stops fighting. His story is still being written. More challenges will come, more victories, more defeats. But one thing has remained the same since the little boy from Bondy first kicked a football. He continues to dream, he continues to work, and he continues to believe. Because true greatness isn't about never falling. It's about having the courage to get back up every single time. And that's exactly what Kylian Mbappé continues to do.